Alright guys, welcome to another video. It's been a while, it feels like. I've been inconsistent these last couple months. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. I feel like I always say that, but long story short, around December, someone tried breaking into this car. Luckily I heard them and I hit the panic button and scared them off. They left a glove behind, but I couldn't do anything about it. I made a police report and all that. About 2 weeks later, probably the same people, they came back. They got into the CRV, but that's my fault because I always leave the driver's door unlocked. I learned my lesson. I've been locking the car now. But they completely destroyed the ignition keyhole or ignition switch. And the car was down for about 2 months. I just replaced it yesterday. It is Sunday, Super Bowl day. So yeah, I replaced it yesterday. And CRV's back, so I'm happy about that. But that's kind of what's been going on. Oh, I've also been dealing with smog here in California. As you know, it's a pain in the ass if you have like modifications at this level. So but that's in the works. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to pass. Wink wink. But yeah, I bring you guys the full breakdown of the Turbo Civic in all of its glory. Well, this is my 2014 Honda Civic Si. I wanted to go with the coupe because I think this is like the most underrated Civic coupe that they've ever made. And I think it just looks great. Like the body style of this car is just amazing. And at the time when I was looking at them, the main people I watched on YouTube for these cars, like specifically the FG4, honestly it was Corey Wright. He was the only one that I knew about that made content at this level, you know, going from full bolt-on to turbo and all that. And so yeah, shout out Corey Wright. I don't know if I'm even on his radar or not, but yeah, he was definitely a huge inspiration. But yeah, about a month into ownership, I think I bought coilovers for this car. I bought some Godspeed Mono SS or something like that. And I'm not one to talk down on brands, but maybe it could have just been a bad set that they sold me. And I don't know how the hell, but one of them like literally broke. And so I sold the 3 remaining that I had and went back to stock suspension, saved up, and I got some air suspension. So this Airlift performance kit I actually picked up for, I want to say like $1,200. Management system and all that. It's nothing pretty, like at all. I actually want to redo this entire rear end, but yeah. So as you guys can see, there's not a lot going on outside aesthetically, just the basics: gurney flap, wheels, some side skirts that are pretty much falling off, but that's still in progress. That's why I haven't even fixed it, because this whole thing's gonna get redone anyway. Yeah, now that I've shown you guys the outside, let's go ahead and talk about what we're actually here for, and that's going to be this turbo kit. So I paid about 2.2K for this Makspeed Turbo Kit, and the reason why I got it a little bit on the cheaper side is because the guy actually told me that the turbo was blown, and so that didn't really matter to me. I knew I was going to upgrade to a Pulsar turbo anyway, and yeah, here we are about, oh man, I don't know, it's been a few months since the car's been turboed. I'd have to check again. But yeah, let me go ahead and set you guys on the tripod and we could talk about the specifics of it. Yeah, I have everything in my notes right there. And everything that's on my screen right now on my phone, I'm going to put in the description. So everything that I'm saying is exactly what you're going to be seeing. And yeah, so I guess we could start with the transmission. Well, not the transmission, like the clutch. I have a stage 3 action clutch in there with a lightweight flywheel. And if I were to do it again, I would not go with a lightweight flywheel. Reason being is because for some reason on our cars, the K24 Z7s, it'll trigger limp mode. Like it messes with the crank positioning sensor or something. Like it messes with some sensor and your car will go into limp mode. And the way you bypass that is you have to go into Honda and turn off misfire detection, and which is what I had to do. But the reason why I say I wouldn't go with it again is because when you deal with emissions, you can't have any sensors like that turned off and it will mess you up. So like I said, yeah, I wouldn't go through that route if you have to deal with emissions. Just find a regular weight flywheel and put it in there. So Makspeed Turbo Kit. For the turbo, I have a Pulsar 3071 Gen 2 with a T51r Mod in there. T51r Mod it sounds insane. Like, you have to really experience it in person to understand it. Any person with a T51r Mod would tell you the same thing. Like, you just have to experience it in person. Videos don't do it justice. I have a Tial Q blow-off valve. I don't know the size of it, but if I had to guess, I'm pretty sure it's a 50 millimeter one. And for my wastegate, I have a Compgate 40 wastegate in there with a 7-pound spring. So my car does not go over 7 pounds of boost. Yeah, as soon as I hit 7 pounds, wastegate opens up and releases all the pressure in there, so I don't overboost. For fuel, I have a DW 300C fuel pump in there, and I have 1000cc DW injectors. No fuel return. I don't plan on doing that until, honestly, probably until I build my transmission and get better gears. Yeah. Spark plugs. I have NGK 1422 spark plugs in there. I know there's a serial code number with it as well, but I didn't put that in my notes. I'll put it in the description though if you guys are interested. Miscellaneous stuff. I have a Skunk 2 Megapower exhaust, Airlift suspension, Evil Energy 300 milliliter catch can, and a Buddy Club short shifter. And that's literally my entire build. Now you guys are probably wondering about the power. I'll put this on screen based off of this virtual dyno that Yash Tuned sent me. I am making, hold on, let me actually pull it up. So here's the picture. I know, don't worry if you guys can't see it, I'm gonna put it on the screen, like in video. But based off of this graph, I am making 295 wheel horsepower. Now, this is a virtual dyno, so I'm kind of taking it with a grain of salt. But if you do the calculator for 295 wheel horsepower, that comes out to 327 horsepower, so crank horsepower. So it's funny story too, really quick. So when I got this graph, I was telling everybody, I was like, oh man, I only make 295 horsepower. Oh yeah, it's not a lot, it's cool, whatever. And one of my friends, Eddie, he's got a crazy Fox body. I raced him. I'll put that clip in there as well. He asked how much I was making, and I sent him a picture of the graph, and I was like, oh, I'm only making 295. He's like, dude, that's wheel horsepower. And yeah, so he explained to me crank, wheel, and so yeah, I did the calculator, and it came out to 327.8 or something like that horsepower. So yeah, those are my numbers, but mind you, this is a virtual dyno, so it could be very inaccurate or very accurate. I really do not know. But I just wanted to touch on something really quick. So I am using a stock intake manifold. Now, throughout my time of researching before I turboed this car, like, I tried to find a turbo 9th gen with a stock intake manifold, but I couldn't. I just couldn't. So I literally just took a leap of faith, and this is how it worked out for me. You guys see the numbers, and I just wanted to show you guys that it's definitely possible to turbo a 9th gen with our stock intake manifold. I'm not saying it's better, nothing like that. RBC's 100% like the way to go if you want to go turbo and make all this kind of crazy power. But I wanted to take a different route and show you that it's possible, that you still will be pretty fast, and you don't have to kind of break the bank and go RBC and do the coolant bypass, whatever. But yeah, very simple, very cost efficient. Cost effective, cost efficient. I don't know, one of the two. Yeah, this car keeps up with most cars. If you're not racing up against Hellcats or big turbo stuff, then this car for sure will keep up or will win at this level. I'm gonna give you guys some sound clips really quick. I feel like I haven't done a lot on YouTube. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys have any questions or concerns, shoot me a DM on Instagram. That's going to be the best place to reach me at. DC5 Diego, one word. As far as plans go for this car, like I said in some previous videos, I do have my E85 kit there. I have everything I need to install it. The reason why I haven't though is just because I've been dealing with smog or emissions. So I will not install that until my car is registered, up to date, and good to go. So yeah. Oh, and here comes a train to completely ruin my audio in 3, 2, 1.